What's good, YouTube? It's your host Shosin Turner the Prince, and you are now watching MVP Magazine. And you already know the drill. Leave a like as it really helps out the channel, and if you're new here, subscribe. Alright, let's go. Now, today's story comes to us courtesy of the UK newspaper, The Metro, and I just want to take a couple of quotes from it before we get into the meat of this gaming situation. In June of last year, Xbox was enjoying one of its best periods of positive press in years, thanks to its well-received summer showcase. But by the end of the year though, not only had Starfield proven a disappointment, but reports emerged of how badly the console was selling in both the US and Europe. The Xbox has never been popular in Continental Europe, but last year, sales fell by 27%, while PlayStation 5 sales rose by 376%. 376%! What?! Now, usually I'd say this might not be so much of a big deal, as PlayStation has traditionally led against Xbox in Europe, apart from the 360 era where Xbox had a really good start, but traditionally PlayStation has, had the lead. Maybe not by this much, but PlayStation has pretty much always been a European staple. But why this is looking bad in this case is that both publishers and retailers are actually considering dropping support for Xbox altogether since it's declining so badly. Damn! All of this information comes courtesy of GamesIndustry.biz editor Christopher Dring, who says the recent GDC conference had two main talking points: overall developer apathy towards the PlayStation 5 Pro, which we will get into another video, and concerns that the Xbox brand is becoming increasingly irrelevant. And after speaking to multiple developers, some big and some small, he's described the Xbox's performance in Europe as flatlining, and that the future seems grim, with performance falling all throughout last year and continuing to fall this year.
I'm upset with myself. I kind of revisit our process.
Now, this is interesting because GamesIndustry.biz isn't a traditional gaming website. It focuses more on the business and industry aspects of gaming, so more on data and sales. And Christopher Dring has information and sales data that a lot of other websites and publications don't, and he gets a ton of information from developers that a lot of bloggers and other websites just don't get, because that's not their forte in the industry. So for him to be saying this, it is not a good sign. Now, Christopher Dring also went on to state that a major point of contention for developers is the fact that they go through tons of trouble to create Xbox Series S and X versions of games when their market is basically PlayStation and PC. And this is one of the things which is adding to developer disinterest in the Xbox brand. And when you include the fact that a ton of reports came back from GDC stating that many European retailers are looking to cut back on supplying Xbox hardware and games, this situation is not looking good at all. Now, other interesting jewels that he dropped is that he expects that at some point all of the Xbox staple franchises to make their way to PlayStation 5, which is very interesting. And he also stated that there could be new Xbox hardware slated for as early as 2026. So, even though I'm shocked about the way everything is going down, I'm not too surprised about the overall decline of the Xbox brand. I mean, let's be honest, we are a long way away from the glory days of the 360. I mean, we're even a long way away from the days of the Xbox One, because hate it if you want, the Xbox One dropped with some solid titles. Rise, Son of Rome, solid title. Killer Instinct, solid title. They had a follow-up to Panzer Dragoon, solid title. Quantum Break, solid title. Even though the first Titanfall didn't have a single player, that multiplayer was strong. And when you put all those games together, that's a pretty strong lineup for like the first year of a console. And when you go into games like Sunset Overdrive, Quantum Break, Recall, all these great games, the Xbox One definitely had an eclectic lineup. And for a long time, the only place you can get those games was on the Xbox One. And I just don't know what happened ever since then. And we're just here where we are now. Now, I really do think that the Xbox brand has one chance left, because there's a lot of people that don't want to see it go. It's been around over 20 years at this point. But they've got to start really competing. In my opinion, buying Activision was definitely the wrong thing to do. I think they should have put that money back into themselves and their own studios and pumped out some hits. But we are now where we are now. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think there's any way that Microsoft can turn this around. And I will be dropping some more videos. I got some Steam Deck content coming for you, because I love the Steam Deck at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Valve, maybe they should take over Xbox. Let me know what you would think if Valve or maybe Apple or Samsung took over the Xbox brand. Maybe they would be able to get it in shape. But yeah, hello with your boy. Sayonara.